Morning. Tuesday. Anyone else tired of the hype over Corona? Yeah, me too. Seem like we're doing relatively all right. Yeah, I think so. So, I've noticed something though in the past week. I'm going to change it up a little bit today. We're not going to talk about Corona. Novel concept, right? So, everyone is working from home. Almost everyone. Not me. I don't want you to know where I live. This last week and a half, has been the hardest week of my life. You know why? Because none of you like to work from home. You never had any idea how much you actually like going to work, do you? Man, because you guys are coming in jacked up. You know why? Because you're working on your couch. You're sitting at your coffee tables. You're sitting on the floor. I did not see this coming. How many people will get so jacked up from working from home and miss the office? So, let's do this. We're going to talk about ergonomics. Whoa! Super exciting. I'm going to do the best I can. But in all reality, this is information based on my experience this past week and a half. This is information you guys need. Okay? So, what is ergonomics? Ergonomics is really, it's the study of biomechanics and the efficiency that you have in your working environment. Okay? So, ergonomics is basically, it's how things are set up to cause you the least amount of stress, pain, anxiety, that kind of thing. So let's back up a little bit. If something is wrong with this skin-covered meat sack, how do we know? How do we know if something's wrong? We get symptoms, right? So, as a doctor, my job is to understand the symptoms, but not only the symptoms, is figure out what's causing the symptoms, to fix the cause. That's what chiropractors do. We fix the cause, okay? If someone gives you a bunch of pills, they're medicating the symptom. They're not fixing the cause of the symptom. So what are some common symptoms of poor ergonomics? You get headaches, you get fatigue, you get drowsiness. I mean, you can get sinus and allergy kind of stuff. You get pain, you get GI issues. There's some other stuff here. Like, symptoms of your body's oil light, okay? When does your oil light come on in your car? When you need oil, right? It's not like you put the oil in, you drive a couple hundred miles, and then the oil light comes on because there is some oil that's been used. No, it's when it happens like for a long period of time, when the oil has been worn through over and over and over and over again, and finally you either A, need to get some new oil in your car, or B, you ignore the oil light and your car is going to break down. Pain is your body's oil light. Pain means body, pain is a symptom that means your body has been going downhill for a while, and despite its best efforts, it can't fix it. It can't pull you out of that nosedive. So you get down far enough, and your body starts sending signals of pain up to the brain. Okay? That means it's way past time for something to change. Pain means something needs to change now. It also means something needed to change a long time ago, but you didn't do it. So, let's see here. What are some consequences of sitting? Okay? Because we're not designed to sit. And it's obviously hypocritical because I'm sitting talking to you right now. But we're not designed to do this for long periods of time. We are bipedal. We're up and moving around. This is what we have evolved to do, or what we're designed to do, whichever theory you want to go with. But long and short of it, we're designed to move, okay? Because movement is basically like a nutrient. So, some consequences here of prolonged sitting. You can get basically like repetitive stress injuries, okay? You can, typing, carpal tunnel, that is a repetitive stress injury. Sitting too long builds muscle imbalances. You lose lots of joint mobility. You decrease blood flow, right? Because none of this is moving. Your muscles act as pumps. It's a predisposition to arthritis. You get subluxations, bones out of place, pulling on muscles, pinching nerves. There's been studies showing that you can get massive amounts of organ disease from sitting too long. Heart disease, colon cancer, overproductive pancreas. I mean, obviously if you sit too long and you're not using your muscles, you get muscle degeneration. I mean, you're going to get all kinds of trouble with any sort of balances that you should have. It's going to cause imbalances. You're going to get weakness in the abs. You can get upper and lower cross syndrome. Basically, walking around. You ever seen someone walk around with their butt sticking out, but they're not wearing high heels? Not supposed to look like that, okay? That's called lower cross syndrome. That's an imbalance between the quads, the abs, the low back, and the hamstrings. Obviously, you get stuff going with the hips and thighs. I mean, you're going to lose flexibility if you sit all the time. You're going to lose any sort of definition or size in your glutes. Because if you're sitting, you're not using your glutes. Ladies, no, guys, you want a nice butt? Stop sitting so much. Because they're not used while you're sitting, okay? So again, it's going to cause damage and stuff in the legs as far as muscles concerned. I mean, it's going to reduce your circulation. It's going to predispose you to, embolisms and things like that. Aneurysms, strokes. Because this movement helps build elasticity, helps build plasticity in the veins, the arteries, the blood vessels, things like that. When you're sitting, it allows blood to pool. What happens when blood pools? It coagulates or clumps together. And then when you have to get up and start moving around, then those clots come out and they get stuck somewhere where they shouldn't. Oh, because you sat too much. We get brittle bones. We get soft bones. It's stress, all that kind of stuff, just from sitting. I mean, literally, it starts from the top down. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot to go over, so I've got my list here. Not moving around. Movement is a nutrient for the brain. The brain needs movement. Somewhere, I mean, I'll put the little graphic over here, but I'm going to rely on my memory. Let's say like 90% of the stimulation of the brain is caused by the movement in the spine. Pills don't move the spine. Needles don't move the spine. You gotta get that thing moving around. Gotta get it moving around. Gotta get it adjusted, right? Like I said before, muscles are a pump, okay? It's causes neck strain. It's causes cervical strain. Obviously, sore shoulders and back. The reason I'm making this video today is because the amount of stiffness I've seen in the last week and a half between the shoulder blades, okay? From this. And more often than not, it's that. You're at the coffee table. You're at a couch. I'll tell you what. You know what keeps me in business? Laptops. Some say they're the scourge of the chiropractic community. No way. Laptops keep us running. Literally. Because they jack you up more than anything else. I mean, they induce slouching. There's no way to not slouch and use a laptop at the same time. Causes inflexibility to the spine. Literally, if you think about it, what happens as we age? We get stiff, we get painful, we get old, we die. The sooner you lose motion and mobility in your spine, the sooner you're going down that slippery slope. You gotta keep that thing mobile. Chiropractic is the only way to do it. It literally is. It's the only way to do it. We're the only people who know how. Nobody works on the spine like a chiropractor does. Nobody can fix it like we can fix it. Nobody can help you avoid drugs and surgery like a chiropractor can. Again, just going through your other common symptoms. Obviously, sitting too much, headache, neck pain, low back pain. You got, pain and tension across shoulders, talking about that, fatigue, hand, wrist pain, and numbness. Carpal tunnel. Often, or more often than not, carpal tunnel isn't carpal tunnel, okay? It's because you've been sitting on a computer too long, and basically what it does is called pronator teres syndrome. Pronator teres is muscle right here. That gets jacked up because you're typing too much. That pinches the same nerve that gets damaged in carpal tunnel, so people get carpal tunnel symptoms. The MD goes in, does the surgery, cuts the flexor retinaculum. Person goes back to what they're doing, typing, doesn't go away. Cool. Another unnecessary surgery. Thanks, modern medicine. So, what's the solution? You're looking at them. This guy right here. I mean, there's some other things you can do. You can't be in here all the time. I mean, proper posture, okay? Sitting up good and tall. Hips at 90, feet at 90. I recommend a chair where the bottom of it can tilt forward. So like this, right? Because what's that do? You're going to work over your desk. That puts you in an advantageous position, okay? So your hips are at 90 while you're sitting there typing and jacking yourself up in other ways on the computer. I mean, obviously workstation setup and work habits. We want our computer screen, the top of the screen, basically, even with our eyes. Take breaks. I can't count the number of times I've told patients in the last week and a half, set an alarm on your phone for 50 minutes, 50. Every time that goes off, you get up and move around for 10 minutes. You have to move. Your body gets used to whatever you do most often. And if you're sitting most often, it's going to get real used to that real quick. I mean, don't get me wrong. You want to end up like an old person with a hunchback? That's cool. It's just going to shorten your life. For real. Like, seriously. The more degeneration the spine has, shorter the life is. How do you get degeneration of the spine? By not moving it, by not using it, by not seeing a chiropractor. By popping too many pills. Thinking health is found in a bottle, because it ain't. Other stuff we can do, don't slouch. Duh. Stretches, exercises. My gym, DT School of Fitness, check them out, because they're certainly pivoting with this whole coronavirus fake hysteria, gym owners can't operate kind of thing. They've got this fantastic online training that they've started. If I'm not mistaken, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I think they're doing free Phi Ed classes for the kids that can't go back to school. DT School of Fitness, Kadima and Casey over in Colleyville, check them out. Those guys are doing great things to help you stay moving and stay mobile during this whole manufactured hysteria. Again, I mean, I know ergonomics isn't the most sexy topic to talk about. And in all reality, I didn't think I need to talk about it that much. But man, this last week, you guys have jacked yourselves up. Chiropractic's essential. Both in these times and generally speaking. Where I was going with that, we're still open. We're going to be open. We don't need to close. We won't close because we're here for you. Come on in here. Get your spine adjusted. Get your body moving. Or don't. Die early. They've done studies, you know. Seriously, it's been a rough week for everybody. Go on in here, get your body fixed, get your mind right, get your spine right. It's what we do. Chiropractic's essential to both your health, your life, and the community as a whole. On top of that, check out DT School of Fitness or go out for a walk. Get moving. You need to. You guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks for sitting through my ergonomic chat. I made it as sexy as I could. I'll see you later. Take it easy. Bye.